this is a little different. I've never done anything like this before. And I was having a conversation with him, and he was talking, and I'm listening. And I'm like, this is something that people would like gain from knowing. So, what's up, Dylan Osborne?
What's up? How's it going?
This is the son of the legend RL Osborne.
Yep.
And I asked him, I'm like, would you talk on camera for a minute? Because like you just have a perspective that no one else has.
Yeah, totally.
He's like, he couldn't have been any cooler about it. So let me throw some questions at you.
Yeah, well, first off, I'm the older son. There is a second son as well.
Older
I have
son?
a younger brother as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Cody. So he hasn't really been involved with any of this just because he's at school right now,
Okay.
college, but he's, kind of part of it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you grew up with a legend for a dad. Did you realize it growing up?
Well, it wasn't something that I found out about until I was probably 10 or 12 years old, because he was completely out of the sport before I was even born, I believe, or it was probably like the same year I was born.
Okay.
He kind of got out. And so he didn't talk about much. He got into carpet cleaning around that time. And it wasn't until I was like third or fourth grade, I was in the school library checking out books. And all of a sudden I pulled out a BMX magazine, and he was on the cover. And I didn't recognize him or anything like that. It just because he had a helmet on, I believe.
Uh-huh.
But it said RL Osborne. I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, I doubt there's very many people out there with the name RL.
Uh-huh.
So went home and asked him about it, and that's how I found out.
And it never came up before that?
No, I mean, I'm sure that it probably somehow, but he's really modest. It's not like he doesn't talk about himself like that. That's my first memory of finding out about that. Yeah.
And now that he got back into the game and you're seeing everything, what kind of stuff are you experiencing?
I mean, well, like today, just seeing people go crazy over talking to him or just being able to see him in person. Everything online's been wild, people hitting him up from all over the world just talking about the memories they have as kids or young adults watching him when he was riding back in the day. And it's just really cool for me to see how he has influenced or affected other people's lives and how it's still left an impact on him even to this day. And especially even after leaving the sport for 30 years or however long it was. So that's really cool for me.
Man, that's so wild.
Yeah, right?
And you guys came from, is this the first big show you've done?
This is the first BMX show I've ever been to.
No kidding,
Yeah,
really?
yep. And I think it was his first like swap meet type show as well, he said. So
It's fascinating to me.
yeah, right?
So going forward, do you guys have any big plans or?
Yeah, so I mean, we got the website up where we're doing, just videos of whatever we're going through. The big thing right now is his bike design that he's working on, or else working on. I've been helping him however I can. I don't have any experience or knowledge with that stuff, but just kind of as a sounding board, I've kind of been there.
Right.
But yeah, he's really working hard on that new design for what's going to be like a big bike for wheelies, but also for flatland.
Right.
So that's really the big thing we're working on right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we got our merch on our store, stuff like that. But the big focus really is just building this community of people online through our videos, as well as working on this new bike design.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if people, I'm not gonna lie, there's a part of me it's RL's son. I'm fanboying out, so I don't want to take too much of your time.
No, not at all.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. If people would like to go to the website or the Instagram or learn more about RL Osborne or what you guys have going on, how do they do it?
So the website's easy. It's just rlosborne.com. And then all our social media is the same username. It's at RL Osborne BMX Freestyle. Okay. And we're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Please look into this.
Yes.
All right. I asked him, he said, we're going to see if we can pull off an interview with his dad. It may or may, we'll run it past him. We'll see what happens. So
it just depends how tired he is, I think, because I don't think he's stopped talking to people since we arrived at
No, I've been following him around
today.
for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But that's great, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it shows the
know,
passion
right?
for BMX.
Yeah, there's been like a line by our table like the whole day. It's crazy. Even when he wasn't sitting there.
All right. Well, do you have any parting words for the BMX community?
Just thank you for your guys' support. Thank you for welcoming myself into your guys' community. I just got into bikes like 8 months ago when I started doing this with my dad, and everyone has been super cool, super friendly, and feel like I'm already part of the family. So
You're absolutely,
thank you.
dude. You're royalty, and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
So Dylan, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
of course, man. Thank you. It was good talking.
TR Bicycle.
Fast forward, I got RL signed with his band.
This is something I've been wanting to do for, hold on. Trying to be as pretty as possible, and my work is cut out for me. All right, this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. There is a DIY company called Prospect Bicycles, Prospect Bikes or Bicycles, and I've seen them on Instagram, and that's, there's a whole old school feel to it, and there aren't a whole lot of companies putting out completes for people like us with the 44 tooth chain rings, and like everyone switched to the 25/9 or, but let me introduce you to somebody. Well, actually, where you at? Would you introduce yourself?
Hi, I am Dave DeFazio. I'm one of the founding owners of Prospect Bicycles.
Tell me a little bit about Prospect Bicycles.
So we are a company that started with 3 friends. Decided a couple years ago during a group text message, restoring some bikes, that there's not a whole lot of offerings right now for people of our age group to reconnect with BMX, you know, in their 40s. We're all in our 40s. So the idea behind it was really to create something that was attainable for people, yeah, that they are not afraid to ride or beat on or leave outside in the yard, you know, and just have fun with it, right? So
you had the idea to start a bike company. How long did it take from the idea to putting the idea into action?
so I'd say within 3 months, we went from having the idea to having a full-blown website that was legitimate, product guide, like marketing material. So whenever we went to Taiwan to look for a partner, we were legitimate, right? I mean, that's the key.
All right.
So.
Right now, everyone is struggling to get bike parts. How'd you do it?
Well, I mean, we started in August of last year. We issued our first purchase order, and our partner has, we'll say, a lot of leverage in the industry in Taiwan. So they were able to secure the parts that we needed.
Right.
But lead times are still extremely long, and I mean, we even seen delays for our first order, which were, you know, unexpected.
Okay.
You know, tires were on back order, tubes were on back order, but we did get our orders fulfilled pretty timely. So.
Okay. Well, what kind of things does Prospect Bicycles have coming up in the future?
So right now we're developing a 24-inch cruiser that'll be full chrome ollie as well. But that'll have 3-piece cranks, sealed bottom brackets, sealed bearings, high flange hubs, double wall wheels. So it'll be quite the upgrade, and we're also gonna, you know, remove the quill stem and go with a threadless setup.
Oh, it's even got the old school Skyway pegs. Love it. All right, so if anyone would like to learn more about Prospect Bicycles, Prospect Bicycle Clothing, or Prospect Bicycle, the company, how do they do it?
Go to our website. It's probably the best place, www.prospectbicycles.com. We recommend following us also on Instagram, because we have a lot of content that comes out there, and that's Prospect Bicycles on Instagram.
When you get a chance, please check out their company. You will love the old school. It's made for us. It's made for people our age, and like they hit it out of the park. So, all right, closing words?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Osborne, and you're watching OFG BMX. Take your time and no hurry.
All right, it's the moment of truth. You can tell by the big smile on my face something fantastic is about to happen, but let me give you a little backstory. OFG was started by me getting back into BMX, and through social media, a lot of you guys, literally hundreds, possibly thousands, have done the same thing through watching. And we're all a family, and we all have that bond of loving bikes and wanting to get back into them. One of, if not the biggest names in BMX, and you can probably hear it in my voice, I'm getting stupid. So, no, I'm good. We got this. Let's do this. The biggest name in BMX is with me right now, RL Osborne. Are you kidding me, sir? Welcome to Old Fat Guy BMX.
Thanks for having me, man. Cool. That's what it's called, Old Guy BMX?
Old Fat Guy BMX.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah. So let me just throw this out to you. You got back into BMX after, what, 30 years?
Like, yeah, 35, 38.
35
like
years. And it wasn't the easiest thing to get back on wheels, was it?
No.
No?
No.
What are some of the struggles and challenges that you dealt with getting back into the game?
Well, you know, I've gone through millions of injuries, and so those are all coming up, you know, and concussions and everything. And your brain thinks you can just gonna be able to do it, you know, but it takes time to relearn all that stuff, you know, because it was hard stuff to do.
Right.
But you know what, for me, that's kind of what I'm into, is the learning process. That whole learning process, learning new things you didn't know before and stuff like that, I love. It just takes time, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm through the hard part. Well, I took off 3 months because I was doing designs for a new bike. And like here, I started riding again. So we rode the skate park. That was the first time in 3 months. And so now I'm back to riding again because we're kind of done with designs. So we're going to get back into doing more of what we were doing.
Right.
Riding everything. You know, skate parks, jumps, ground, ride outs, all that stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So today is the first BMX show in probably a year and a half that I've been to. When's the last time you had a BMX show like this that you've been to?
I've never been to one. Not like BMX show where you show bikes.
Right.
Never been to one. This is the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a real trip seeing, I mean, like I saw the Harry Larry 191 bike. I mean, I remember seeing him racing.
Right.
You know, a lot of these bikes, I remember the stories behind them, who rode them, so it's a real trip.
Okay.
For me to see all that stuff, you know.
Let's see. This is really cool, man. I thought a bike show would be like 3 or 4 guys hanging out, drinking beer, talking about their bikes. I didn't know this was going on, you know, this much stuff. And to see some of these old bikes, like that Cook Brothers, that guy's riding that's from the 70s, and you see the parts on that bike, how that bike influenced so many other bikes, and how the bikes that we all rode, all the guys that are 40 to 50 or whatever, how they influence the new bikes. It's all kind of interesting. It's all kind of tied in together. But this has been a really time traveling experience for me. Kind of walking to the airport, going to a show. You know, different reasons and stuff. But 35 years in between, it's a really weird thing. What else am I supposed to do? Whatever. And I want to say, Alan and Jamie, these 2 guys have been the most professional guys I've ever worked with, and did an excellent job on putting this thing together. I mean, they hustle. So many details, so many advances in this show. We were talking about that. And I don't know how you guys feel about the show, but I'm really impressed. You want to give them a round of applause? Got to come here with my son. I don't know where he is. Dylan, right there. I don't do anything without him. He's like, makes all the big decisions and argues with me all the time. But got to meet Mike Carmody. Yep. Flip from Albies. I talk to him all the time, man. I thought it was like a businessman, you know, short hair, glasses, and we were on the ride last night and someone's like going, hey, Flip's here, and he's pointing at him. I'm like, where? He's like 5 feet in front of me, and they're like, he's right there. And I'm going, it's a surfer looking guy, but I don't see anybody else. But that's so cool to see like company owners that are really sharp. I mean, I order parts from them every day and answers a lot of questions for me, but they look like bicycle riders, but they're running their businesses. I think that's cool as hell. So all kinds of history that's going on here. Dayton, this place I love. Just love the people here, and it's got the old kind of setting, and everybody's mellow, and it's just, we enjoy it. I don't really know what else I'm supposed to say.
Just say thank you.
All right, I'm supposed to say thank you now, and thank you guys for coming. So.
Yeah, big round of applause for RL Osborne, the legend.
Wow. So, like, sorry, my heart's like, I was just telling him my heart is like boom, 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 boom. So, now that you're here and you, is you all right? Yeah, cool. All right. So, now that you're here and you're back onto BMX, I noticed, well, all right, so now that you're back into BMX and you're designing the Haro, or Stony, stop it. Last time, I swear, I'll get it right.
I don't care if you do it 10 times, man. I understand. I don't like being in front of a camera either. It's not when I'm in your spot. Over here is okay, you know. So take your time.
All right, so he hasn't done shows like this. He's been signing autographs for the last 6-7 hours nonstop.
Yeah.
Like every single time you try to go to him, there's a line of like 10-15 people deep, and everyone's happy to see you. Like, what's it like to come back into the game and interact with all of these fans?
It's I can't tell you know, I would say it's a weird feeling. It's weird. It's just flat weird. I mean, it's cool as hell that all these people want to see me. What I'm saying is that 35 years being gone, you know, where I was signing autographs and you're signing now, it's almost like that 35 years is taken out and it's just a continuation. You understand that?
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, but my son's here and he's 29 and he does all this stuff with me. So it's just a real, it's like a time warp, you know?
Okay.
But it's really cool that this is what's mind-boggling, is that people are so into it and that they're showing these bikes and they kept it going, and they all have so much passion, but we're all mellow because we're a little bit older. You know?
Right,
so
right.
It's just it's a more brotherhood instead of we're competing against each other.
Right.
And I really dig that.
Okay.
You know?
Do you miss competition at all?
Competition, you know, I don't miss it, but I'll tell you, it really gives you something to work for.
Right.
It really pushes you to get that new trick and go out and practice and spend time with your friends, because you're going to practice with your friends. So I've learned over the years that competition has a really good place in the sport, you know, for people that want to compete.
Right.
If you don't and you just want to ride, then just ride. It doesn't matter what you do, how good you are. It's just as long as you're happy doing what you're doing.
Okay. Well,
I was drifting a little bit there. But
no, it's all
that.
good. Like I said, he's been signing autographs all day long and interacting with everybody, so I don't want to take too much of his time, but I did just want to ask, people getting back into the game, they're kind of thinking about it, haven't done it yet, haven't pulled the trigger. What would you tell them?
It's, well, at our age, I don't know how old are you?
46.
Okay. You know, you hit a certain age, and all these exciting things happen when you're in your 20s don't happen as much.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not as wild. You're not doing all that stupid stuff, which is a lot of fun. But this is kind of like it's a whole new world. It's a whole new energy behind it. It's it gives me something to focus on, people to socialize with, and we have this medium, which is the bikes. So it's and if you're thinking about riding, just take your time. Don't go like, I need to be the best, I need to make this big jump. No, start with the little jumps, they feel great. Start with small tricks, work your way up, you know, and just do it, whatever you want to do.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wrap things up, Mr. Osborne. Thank you for
My pleasure.
taking
man.
time with us. Do you have any websites or anything you'd like to tell the OFG community about?
Yeah, he knows all of them.
Oh, we got him saying it all.
Okay, all right.
So the website's easy. It's just rlosborne.com. And then all our social media is the same username. It's at RL Osborne BMX Freestyle. And we're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Well, on behalf of the OFG community, I would like to welcome you back to BMX and give you an Old Fat Guy BMX shirt.
Well, cool, man.
You are one of us, brother.
Definitely, right? Thank
So-
you for giving me this.
So I'm going to say thank you very much for everything you've done for BMX. I wouldn't be where I'm at in life if it weren't for people like you. So
Thank you, man.
very much.
I sincerely appreciate that. I feel that, man. Thank you. Sincere compliment.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. I can't think of a better way to wrap this up. I've got a legend, RL Osborne on OFG. Thank you for watching. If you would like to support the channel, you can go to www.ofgbmx.com. We've got shirts, stickers, stuff like that. And if nothing else, go ride your bike, enjoy it. The man here is one of us. Final word?
Yeah, just ride and enjoy, man. Don't stress on how good you are or what type of riding you're doing. Ride what you want, whatever it may be, and just have a good time.
All right, peace out.